Frame of Mind, a game of thoughts, plays with inclusion, representation and accessibility. It's made by me, a disabled developer, to share some experiences and insights. You can expect easy controls, light mechanics and heavy topics.
In this first-person adventure, you're exploring a house. The player stops to examine a crafted skull covered in intricate patterns.
Frame of Mind has you discover a totally typical girl through finding mementos, listening to memories and making decisions that don't really have good answers. If that sounds difficult, maybe you can relate to her struggle, and perhaps even benefit from one of the aids you can find as you go through her room.
On a corkboard, the player combines partial thoughts to come up with ideas.
I don't want to take that challenge away from you, but I do want you to make informed decisions about your own mental health. The premises and topics of the game are described in detail, so you can read up on what to expect. Content notes will give you a heads up about sensitive issues for each memento that you can find, and if you don't want to listen to the emotional retrospectives, you can choose to mute the voiceover or even skip as many of the memories as you want.
A story describes frustration with a parent, feeling like eating is getting in the way of drama practice.
But it's still a game to struggle with your feelings and not a game to struggle against my controls. So by design, it's very accessible for players with motor disabilities. It's a walking simulator with no complex inputs required. You can always save and come back later. And while there is one rushed story decision for you to make, you can help yourself in the settings if you really want to experience the time-sensitive timeline.
The player stands in a train station, explores a station map, then boards an empty train by themselves.
In terms of sensory accessibility, I ensure legibility through good fonts, good contrast and proper scaling by default. If you need more control, you can adjust audio levels, reduce motion overall, reduce gesture head bobbing, apply high frequency filters. And if my selection of legible fonts doesn't meet your needs, you can just use one from your system configuration instead.
The game's developer showcases visually the accessibility settings options previously verbally discussed.
Sadly, some of my original plans, especially full screen reader support, a simplified control scheme and closed captions, did not yet work out. But you can play the game blind with an assistant and all important dialogue is always displayed via text. An extensive list of supported features, planned features and known issues is linked on our store page.
Frame of Mind, a game of thoughts. The logo is surrounded by complex teenage thoughts including, I like boy stuff, that has my mother worried.